I wanted to think of a way to make a simple like Slingbow arrow rest out of stuff you might be able to find. And now most of the time you can find old discarded bottles, probably be able to find one of them quicker or easier than the key ring what people uses. And I also found with a bottle, it's got to have quite a wide rim on it, that the flights pass through better than a key ring. So if you had your catapult already, you could probably come across a bottle and be able to make this. The only thing you probably wouldn't be able to find maybe is cable ties. But if you didn't have cable ties, you're always going to have shoelace or something like that you could use. So with a knife or a pair of scissors, or I suppose if it come to it you might be able to use a bit of flint for just cutting this. Get this and get your catapult and put it over the bottle like that until it kind of fits in place, and then that is where we want to make a mark and cut this. So about, just to make sure, about say an inch past it, we want to cut it off. Well, actually first of all let's say we cut it off back here. We may want to make a stabiliser bit for this. Because what we can do is we can cut along here, bend this down, and then either strap it, tape it, or tie it to this handle, and that will keep it in place a bit better. So about the width of your handle, cut that down to nearly to the fork. So we could pull this down now. We might be able to get that like that. As a stabiliser. Now if you look where this is, the forks are near enough in line with the bottom of the hole. So that way it lines up when you're shooting it, so it's not going to be pointing down or pointing up, it's going to be in line. So now what you want to do is pull these bands over, just so we don't cut them, and then from here cut the rest of the bottle so it's just behind those forks. Now you've got a bottle with a flap bit on it. Now we can either attach this part on by making a hole at the top, a hole at the bottom, there, and then cable tying it. And then we can wrap something around here, maybe a bit of tape, that'll hold that in position as well. So very carefully I'm going to try and mark these with the knife. So now those marks, what you want to do is actually make those into actual holes. Just big enough that you can either get your cable tie through it or a bit of string. I might have a little standing knife down there, it's a bit sharper. Don't know if you can see that. Got one hole there, one hole there. Now I'll do the same with the other side. So I've got some duct tape. Now I suppose you could put a bit of duct tape on the inside and outside of this just to reinforce it. I might not bother though. But I'm going to keep this bit aside. And this bit is going to be for our handle piece. That's got that in position there. And you want to put your cable ties, I've only got these massive great thick ones. I'm going to snip these off. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold these bands back again, as much as I can get them, and then trim some of this off. Now we know what we got to have. It's best to put it all on, then trim it up a bit. I'm going to try and trim it as close, not too close, there's not much left, but as close to the forks as I can get it, so that these bits of plastic hopefully won't damage the bands. Make sure to cut off any sharp pointy bits, but leave enough for the bits that are tied to have some force as well, you know, some strength. If you was worried about any bits being sharp, you could always put some duct tape around this. Hopefully you could see that, but what I wanted to do was make a simple Slingbow attachment what anyone could make out of any old kind of rubbish you could find. So this could be, the cable ties could be replaced with string, and so could the bit you wrap the bottom up with. You may not need that, but I think it does add a bit to stability with that part as well. I was wondering later on if you could rig up something for a whisker biscuit inside here, maybe cut some of this out. Or I'm not, you know, just thinking, because that's got a screw end on. There's some sort of potential there, who knows. But like I said, slightly bigger than any keyring I've got. Fits in better, and it's tapered it's too dark outside to fire it now, but I might be able to rig it up so I can just fire it in here somewhere to show you, and then later on I'll do some longer distance shots and see how long it lasts for. Right, might be able to get a couple of shots in here, because like I said, it's pitch black outside.